Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. It's time for the Daily Trudge. It's time. Happy Sober Sunday. Hope you're having a good weekend. I'm going to do this and then I'm going to celebrate Father's Day today. Yep. So. Oh, got to help my friend Pastor Marcia this morning and ran sound and Zoom and stuff at the church. Help out a little bit. They paid me way too much. I'm going to turn it down, but I kind of feel like they paid me too much. I was expecting about 20, 25 bucks, and they paid me 80. Oh. My God, maybe I should run sound for the church every week. Oh, good morning, Michelle, or good afternoon, Michelle. It's good to see you. And, yeah, I've just been hanging with the grandkids this week during this weekend. We watch movies at night. I made them watch the original Karate Kid last night. I think they loved the ending. They were all, yay! But I was fucking with them. I kept taking Johnny's side during the movie. I'm like, Daniel keeps coming in with his bullshit, starting fights. And the girls were kind of getting mad at me because I was taking the supposed bad guy's side. So, of course, they didn't get, most of my jokes, but that's okay. It's all right. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get this party started. Welcome to Daily Trudge. Dion, Sober Dude. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Are you a rewatcher? Got a lot of rewatchers. Been making these clips and stuff for Instagram and stuff. Those are kind of getting some hits, but people are just listening to it. They're not like liking it or probably trying to figure out what the fuck I do. All right. So we're going to pretty much be in Asbill season. It doesn't really lead us anywhere else. But we've been talking about freedom a lot the last couple of days. Freedom and fear. Freedom from fear. From fear to freedom. I mean, how many more did we have in a row? I think they would have done this around 4th of July. Release from fear, fear and faith, AA regeneration, a fellowship of freedom. Literally for weeks we've been good. Somebody found a topic they really like. So that there ain't no good guys, there ain't no bad guys. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. All right. Forgot who sings that, though. Who sings that? Seems like I should know. There ain't no good guys. There ain't no bad guys. Dave Mason is his name. Hi, whiny pants. Come on up. See yourself? See? That's you. That's you. Do you see yourself? He's like, I can't even look at myself in the face. I'm so disgusted with myself. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, you want love too, huh? Don't go after his tail. He's going to scratch me. All right. Can you sit there for a minute? All right. So we're going to be in As Bill Sees It, page 114. All right. No, and this one's called No Personal Power. It was a letter that was written in 1940. 1940. All right. No personal power. At first, the remedy for my personal difficulty seemed so obvious that I could not imagine any alcoholic turning the proposition down where properly presented to him. He's talking about 12 stepping. Okay, I read it. So, but he's talking about 12 stepping. He's talking about the first 6 months of his sobriety, where what he was doing is he was going out and 12 stepping other alcoholics like Ebby did with him. Okay. Except, kind of kept, I don't want to say he was failing because he didn't fail. Okay. He stayed sober and that's what counts, right? But he wasn't really helping anybody. All right. And why was that? Why do you think there is such explicit directions in working with others on exactly how to work with somebody? Why? Why? Because Bill fucked it up. Because Bill fucked it up. Yeah. He was jumping down these guys' throats. He was like smacking. Did you hear what he said? I couldn't understand why any alcoholic would turn down the proposition that he was bringing to them. Silkworth had to take him aside at one point and say, "Hey, you got to calm down. You can't come after these guys. What you need to do, Bill, is you just need to stick to your experience. You cannot tell them what to do." Silkworth added a lot to our 12 stepping. It was Dr. Silkworth that taught Bill how to properly 12 step. Right? That we were not above these people. We were not, that it had to be altruistic. It had to be altruistic. Give me a second here, just real quick. I apologize. Sorry about that. My stomach is saying, fuck you. So, Zofran. Yay, Zofran. All right. So, Bill goes on to say, believing so firmly that Christ can do anything, I had the unconscious conceit to suppose that he would do everything through me. He's going to do everything through. That is a pretty tall order, man. I can't be everything to anyone. I'm not even everything to me. All right. But it is a conceit to think that, are we vessels of our higher power? Absolutely, we are. You've probably heard me say here several times that, because sometimes people tell me, I listen to you and that's all I need. And I'm like, you need to check out other things, man. You really do. But it is kind of tough. There aren't that many people that do it the way that they should. They have that conceit, thinking that they are everything to everyone. Okay, we call this codependency, and codependency comes with its own bad consequences. All right, I don't need my sponsees dependent upon me, which is kind of there's those boundaries there, and it's kind of tough, man. We go through some things. All right. But I'm not everything. I'll have all the answers. I barely have any of them. That's not true. I got a lot of answers. Doesn't mean they're the right ones. Right? So, um, so yeah, he had some conceit, thinking that he was going to be able to get these people sober, right? When he had forgotten that it was only by the grace of God that he was sober. That was the grace of God. What's going on? You were up here, you were getting attention, and you left. Okay. So if you want to hang out, you can hang out. But I don't want to hear you whining. Okay. All right. What are you all white out about? Oh, I good kisses. You. Now, if you come over, this cat will hide. You won't see him. Not until you visit several times. He loves his daddy. All right. So I had the unconscious conceit to suppose he would do everything through me right then and in the manner I chose. So what's he doing? Well, he's playing God. He's telling God what to do. And that still ain't gonna work. God's gonna be like, okay, I heard you. No, we're not doing it that way. What's the saying? You want to make God laugh? Tell him your plans. Right? So after 6 long months, I had to admit that not a soul had surely laid hold of the master, not accepting myself. Right? So see, for him, the change was sudden and profound. So that was the perception from which he saw how this worked. And it was kind of a wrong perception, right? Because not everybody has a sudden, profound shift in mind and attitude and stuff. Not, not all of us knew the big or the Bible like Bill did and things like that. I think that Bill's spiritual experience was divinely guided. That it was done on purpose. He needed it. Hi, Amber. Okie dokie. This one's probably not going to be too much longer anyway, because we're doing Father's Day at 1 o'clock. So, and at some point today, I need to hit a meeting. No one wants to see your butthole, dude. All right. So, but the thing is what did happen was he successful. He was not successful in the part of, because he was being conceited and stuff. But what did happen? Well, he stayed sober. Bill stayed sober. And that was the key. I sponsor, I help, I do what I can because it keeps me sober. Everything I do is selfish. Yeah, everything I do. It's just the right kind of selfish now. My selfishness is unselfish. That's okay. But like today, the reason I did that was for Marcia. I did that for Pastor Marcia because she supports me. I would have done it. I would have done it for free and never thought about it twice. They didn't have to pay me. Was it a nice bonus? Sure it was nice. So, but the amount they gave me, but then I was talking to my son. I'm like, you know what? Actually, no, that is probably about the right amount considering all the stuff that I know. I taught myself all that stuff, how to run a soundboard and hook the cameras up and the computers, and there's more to it than how to do levels, make sure that you're not, in the red. And I got to play with the camera. So, I mean, they need to pay me. I got to play. I got paid to play. And then I got to go to church, and I was the only man there. It's all right. I'm used to that. I was also the youngest person there. All right. It was still good. It was fun. All right. This brought me to a good, healthy realization that there were plenty of situations left in the world over which I had no personal power. Okay. Can I make someone willing? Maybe. I'm not sure on that one. Can I help somebody get to willingness? Yes, that I can do, but I can't grant them willingness. I can't grant sobriety. I can't, and there's a reason for that. Because if I had a magic wand, I'd heal you, no questions asked. I would. I wouldn't even think, well, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Which is why I'm not God. Because then you would never grow. You'd never get through. You'd never have to do anything arduous or hard. And then what would happen? Probably laziness. That's what would happen with me if I had nothing challenging me anymore. It's what makes life great, man, is the challenges. Even though it doesn't feel like it at the time, right? So there are a lot of places he had no personal powers that if I was so ready to admit to be the case with alcohol, so I must make the same admission with respect to much else. I would have to be still and know that God and know that he, not I, was God. So in the beginning, he's playing God. He was telling people what to do. And would you have any of you taken it? No. No. So what do we figure out? What do we figure out in that? And it's done in AA meetings all over the world all the time. We meet people where they are at. And I'm free to do that because I'm a recovered alcoholic who has done the work and I can approach that person. And even then, you don't have to be totally recovered and gone through all the steps to go over and say, "Hey, how are you doing today?" In fact, if you have a month of sobriety, you probably have a better chance of approaching them than I do. Because they'll get 30, 60 days. They'll be like, "Oh, that's doable. I got 9 years." 9 years is gonna sound like fucking forever to them. A lot of times I don't even bring up my time. I just don't. Okay. But we acquire the skill of meeting other people where they're at. We switch from sympathy to empathy. We think of the right questions, right? And it works. Dude, you know you're not supposed to be up there. You know that. Oh, you want love that bad that you got to get right in my face. Okay, come here. Watch the nails. Watch the nails. All right. The biting will commence. Sooner or later, he's going to start biting me. Just so you know. Yeah. It doesn't hurt. Well, it kind of hurts, but okay. I'm an alcoholic. I've been through a lot of pain in my life. I'm always in pain. And I'm a pain in the ass. So there's that, right? There's that. Oh, you. Don't tell the other kitties they're my favorite, okay? They all know. Everybody knows it. Here comes the biting. I just grab his tooth and fucking pull. Right? So we start to meet people where they are at. And we do this with our own experience. Right? So if somebody's in a detox, I mean, if they want to tell me something, oh, you don't know what it's like to be locked up here against your own will. Oh, bullshit, I don't. I was a client here a lot. So you can't get away with me. I've been there. I've done that. And it's not any like I was reading this post on Instagram and it was some star I don't know yet. They're like, so and so admits that they drink a lot of alcohol and then use cocaine to sober up again. And I wrote, and so I call that a Tuesday. So what? Everybody's like, "Oh, I can't believe she does that." Well, I would never do that. And I'm over here going, "That's not normal." Hey, well, you've never been in sordid places. I mean, shit, I was in. We've all got our past. We call them drunkalogs, right? So what do we do? Well, we're using our past, and once you can settle your past and you're not ashamed of it anymore, you can start using it to help other people realize that maybe they're an alcoholic also, right? Help them kind of see maybe, the worst case scenario is going to be you're going to plant the seed. Maybe they're just like, yeah, I'm still doing some experimenting. Okay, you know, well, if it turns out that you change your mind, you got my number. I'm not going to argue with them. Why? Because I cannot diagnose their alcoholism. That's why. Okay. With most mental illnesses, self-diagnosis is a horrible idea. It's a horrible idea. Hi, Mandy. Good to see you. Happy Sober Sunday. Happy Sober Sunday. All right. What was I saying? It was pretty good too. I'll remember. Oh, that we've all kind of been there, right? We understand it. We know what it's like to detox. I know what it means to, go through all that pain and the sweating and everything else. All right. And that's what makes it altruistic. Right. But that's what we were kind of talking about. There were some things. Oh, and it left again. It was almost there. It might come back. I'm going to read today's daily reflection. We've already read the first part, so we're going to do the second part here. Um, I am learning to practice acceptance in all circumstances of my life so that I may enjoy peace of mind. Acceptance is the key that will set you free. Willingness is the key to the higher power. Acceptance is the key to freedoms. Am I accepting a situation, a place, a thing, or anything like that for the sole purpose of that other person? No. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my own peace of mind. I cannot run around with a hate-ridden heart anymore. I can't be angry about everything. I got I got a little pissed when I got back because somebody had done laundry and it's Sunday. Okay. And I do my laundry on Sundays. I had not started it yet. They figured they get, and I got a little pissy. I'm gonna tell you what, this wasn't anybody else's problem but my own. What's the big deal? I wasn't even here. What does that sound like? Power control. The thing is, it is a rule, and I like the rules being, right. So should I get angry over that? Why? Why would I? No. And I went and reminded the kids. Like, just remember Sundays is okay. It actually has to do with consistency for me. I have to have some consistent things throughout the week, or I get out of whack. We don't want Dion wacky. Well, maybe a little wacky. At one time, life was a constant battle because I felt I had to go through each day fighting myself and everyone else. Isn't it nice not to be fighting everything? Look at all the fighting going on. Every time I say something now, everybody's like, well, does that include pride? Does it include pride? I'm like, I am such an ally. Don't stop making assumptions. All right, back. Of course, it's about pride. See, when I talk about men, I mean all men. I didn't say how you dress. I didn't say what gender you prefer. I didn't say what color. I said all men. Do you not consider a gay man a man? Because I do. Come on, man. Hey, but we can't go around searching for fights. There's nothing worse than a person in your life that looks for nothing but the bad or negative things you do, huh? It sucks, doesn't it? Well, guess what you were doing when you were drinking? I was that person. I was. My mind's very good at running through it and picking out what's wrong. And you know who it fucks with? Me. I am the one that suffers. Because that other person, place, thing, situation just isn't around. So, what am I going to do about it? Well, let it go and have a better day. Pick your battles. I'm not saying don't advocate. I'm not saying don't be a better person, but pick your battles. Advocate what you know. All right. Yeah, running late. It's not like you have children. All right. My daughter's like, I'm running late. Well, I have her kids. She has no reason to be late. Oh, I should have told her 12:30. I knew better. But even that's progress. A year ago, she wasn't even talking to me. So the fact that she's running late is good news. I was wondering when I was going to get on my way. She's a Virgo, so she's like me. We're just accountable that way. I'm on my way. Okay, I'm here. All right. Yeah. Oh, eventually this became a losing battle. I ended up getting drunk and crying over my misery. When I began to let go and let God take over my life, I began to have peace of mind. Today, I am free. I do not have to fight anybody or anything anymore. Not a requirement. I'm still working on that. I'm still kind of working on that myself. That, you know, well, the thing is, when I see bullshit, I call bullshit. It's like people putting out their ads for paid 12th stepping and say, I'll call you out. All right. Especially if you're using AA stuff. All right. Anyway, all right. See how easy it is to just go right into it so quickly. All right. All right. I hope everybody has a great sober Sunday. I was going to say see you all in a few hours, but we don't do the meeting today. Sundays we kind of take off from the meeting, 5 o'clock. So I'll have to try and hit the 3 o'clock, maybe. I don't know. Might have to jump on OIAA and just hit a random meeting later. All right. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out and have a day.